Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and wanted to maybe my last video here for the night. I wanted to talk about the NASCAR Cup Series throwback schemes for this weekend, for tomorrow's throwback race at Darlington Raceway, and I wanted to rank the NASCAR Cup Series throwbacks. I think there's like 23 of them, about 23, 24. I got 23, so if there's any I missed, let me know. But these are just my personal rankings. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to start from last to first. And the first one I'll get to is Christopher Bale's scheme. I think it's like a throwback to like 100 years of Toyota or something like that. But I think it's the worst one. I think it would have been better to run this car some other week. Because there's so many like throwback Matt Kenseth options you could have chose. Instead, they chose this. I don't even know if I would consider this a throwback, but I just could put it in here. I don't know if it is a throwback or if it's considered one, but I just put it in here because I saw it on Eric Estep's video. Like, it was on there. So I just consider this in the throwback. Next one, I have Martin Truex Jr. I think it's a throwback to his 2016 Darlington Southern 500 win, I think. But I just don't really care for that car. I mean, it looks alright. I mean, it would probably mean more to Truex fans than it would mean to me. But it's kind of false. I mean, it's a solid car. I just wouldn't rank it that high in like a throwback list. Number 21, I have Eric Jones, who's returning this week, by the way, after missing a few races. I have him at number 21 in the 43 car. I think doing a throwback to Richard Petty. Actually, both cars are doing throwbacks to Richard Petty this weekend. So we're over up to 20. I have Zane Smith in the 71 for throwing it back to Dave Marcis in his Focused Health Chevrolet this weekend. Pretty solid car. This one was particularly the point in time which was driven by Dave Marcis, owned by Nord Krauskopf. The number 71 K&K Insurance. Marcis earned 4 of his 5 career Cup wins driving for Nord Krauskopf from 1974 to 76, and would adopt the number 71 for himself as an owner and driver for many years. It looks like a pretty nice car. It looks pretty accurate to the one they're throwing it back to. So yeah, that comes in at number 20. Number 19, I have John Hunter Nemechek throwing it back to Richard Petty, and both their cars are Petty Enterprises cars from the 1950s. Looks like a solid car, but I can't really rank any higher than 19. Number 18, Michael McDowell throwing this one is a throwback to we're a throwback to the original Long John Silver's branding from 1969. This retro look from the fast food restaurant. Oh my God, I can't talk. This retro look from the fast food restaurant's beginnings include the company's original look, their mascot. I mean, there's some better throwbacks they could have chose. I think Front Row really missed on this one. I just don't like the car. It just looks bad. It just kind of looks boring. Just a white car with the original logo around it. I don't know. I felt they could have chose a better car, better throwback for it. Number 17, I have number 7 of Corey LaJoy. He's actually done a throwback to himself. And some people hate when drivers do a throwback to themselves, like what Truex is doing, but I don't mind it. I actually quite like it, to be honest. And this one's actually a throwback. The car specifically for Corey LaJoy is based on his 2012 K&N Pro Series Ace car, specifically the car he earned his first career victory with. And he earned his first career at Bowman Gray Stadium in June of 2012 and went on to win 4 races in total during the year. The reason I have it this low is because the colors from that car just don't match up. I know the door numbers farther up, but it's kind of purple with like the red lettering, and that '07 was black lettering with the red lettering. So, and the front of the car, just, I know it's not the same, like, you know, lettering, but just not the same numbers. It's kind of like red, green, purple, and that one was like black and red. So I have to put this one at 17. Number 16, I have Ricky Stenhouse, Junior Ricky Stenhouse. This throwback is actually to Oscar Mayer. Is an Oscar Mayer throwback. Pays homage to the Oscar Mayer Ford driven by Mark Martin in 2004 in the Budweiser Shootout. Wasn't a pretty decent car. I have that 16. Number 15, I have Ryan Preece, who's doing a throwback to himself. He is doing a throwback to the Flamingo Motorsports car that he won the 2013 NASCAR World Modified Tour Championship in. He spent 3 seasons for that team, winning 8 times and finishing either first or second in points all 3 years. I think it's a blue and orange type car with silver. Honestly, it looks pretty accurate. So I think they've done a good job with this car. Number 14, I have Todd Gilliland, who's another throwback to themselves. His is actually a throwback to his late model. He ran in the inaugural Cars Tour Late Model Stock Tour race at Southern National Motorsports Park back in 2015. Won that race in dramatic fashion, taking the lead from Deke McCaskill in a green-white checkered finish. And it looks pretty accurate to the car he ran then. So most of these teams' throwbacks are pretty accurate. It's kind of hard to rank them. These are just my personal opinions. Number 13, I have Austin Dillon in the 3 car. I obviously didn't throw back to, you guessed it, Dale Earnhardt. But I don't know about the scheme. The door number's farther up, obviously, you know how it is. But the door number doesn't match. It's white door number with the red like color on it as well. The old one, the one he's thrown back to, had the black lettering with yellow on it. So that one, kind of a nitpick there. But I'll have this at 13. Number 15 or number 12, I have the 15 of Kaz Gralla doing a throwback to Parnelli Jones from 1969. If they didn't have to move the door number up farther, if the door number wasn't moved up farther and he just had it where it originally was, then this would be a perfect scheme. But honestly, it looks pretty accurate to that Parnelli Jones throwback. Just wish NASCAR never moved these the numbers up farther on the cars. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Number 15, number 21, I have Harrison Burton. Or number 11, I have the number 21 car of Harrison Burton, doing a throwback to one of the very first cars they filmed back in 1953. So at least Harrison Burton's ranked high in something. Number 10, I have Tyler Reddick, and the number 45 doing a throwback to Tim Richmond. Not a well-known Tim Richmond car. I think it was actually one of his first cars. Not really run that much. Number 9, I have the 99 of Daniel Suarez. Number 8, I have the number 4 of Josh Berry, doing a throwback to his crew chief, Ronnie Childress. And that car looks pretty good, honestly. Looks pretty accurate to Ronnie Childress. His late model. Who's talking here, ladies and gentlemen? It's because I'm here. Number 7, I have the number 1 of Ross Chastain, doing a throwback to a Busch Beer. It's with one of the Beer's classic cans, the 35th anniversary, so makes sense. Sponsored by Busch Beer. Number 6, I have Chase Briscoe, doing a throwback to it's almost 10 minutes. I'm trying to get this over with. Not trying to make this a long video. This one's a throwback to honoring 3 generations of dirt racers. Includes several, and it's based on the Briscoe Racing Sprint Car team, basically. Specifically Dick and Kevin Briscoe ran. Number 5, I have Brad Keselowski, and the number 6, Castro car. That could honestly be their primary every week. Man, those are from 23 to 5. The top 4 are all Hendrick cars. Number 48, Alex Bowman, throwing it back to Jimmy Johnson and Chad Canals, I think. Number 3, I have the number 24, William Burns. I saw some people. I saw this car on the track today. I saw some people complaining about it, or somebody's like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" But it's literally spot on, because they show a pic. I saw a picture of Jeff Gordon's car, the one he's throwing it back to. It's red pretty much all around. The front of it's red and then yellow. It looks really spot on. I don't know why people are complaining. I saw somebody complaining about it on Twitter. Number 2, I have the number 5 of Kyle Larson, throwing it back to Terry Labonte. That's as close as you can get on a throwback. But number 1, I had to choose my favorite driver. Just my personal opinion, I have Chase Elliott at number 1, the best throwback, throwing it back to Dale Earnhardt Jr., his 2014 Daytona 500 win. I mean, I'm kind of biased because Chase my favorite driver, and Dale Jr. is my all-time favorite, and that was. Remember that Daytona 500? I was very young landing that night, staying up late to watch the Daytona 500 when there's school the next day. Just watch my favorite driver win. But yeah, car looks perfect. They fixed the UniFirst logo on it, and I'm glad the UniFirst what do I say, mixed in with the throwback weekend. And not just have their normal UniFirst colors, and just mix the red, white, and blue with it. So, yeah, but those are my personal rankings. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, peace, and I'll do the race review tomorrow for Darlington.